Welcome back to my video, everyone, and this is video number 2 in our Fast to Fabulous album making process. If you watched the first video, you'll know that I am going to create a Fast to Fabulous album for all of my honeymoon photos and our 10-year anniversary photos. And when we left off, I explained what the process was going to be and how I was going to work this series. And we did the first double page layout, and today we are going to start with the second layout and see how far we can get. Okay, so here's our next 2 pages that we will be working on. The photos that we have for this double page spread is I have these 2. They look like they might have been 5x7. I'm guessing we purchased these from the cruise, but they're slightly off from 5x7. Those will go on this first page, and then the second page I'm going to bring in a map and some postcards. I'll start each page with the 4 steps that I mentioned during the first layout, and that is I will do the photo placement, and then I'll look at it to see where I would like to add some photo mats, and then I will add some layering and then embellishing. Okay, so I'm going to put the second page aside. These 2 pages are not related. So the first thing I want to look at is, do I want to add any mats? And I do. I'd like to mat both of those photos because really those are the only photos I'm going to have. They're pretty good size, so they take up some room on our page, which is fine. But I do want to put some color behind them. So let me grab my trimmer and some paper. There we go. Tuck those closer together. Okay, so now we got our photo mats on. I would like to put some layering on this page. So my idea for that is I'm first going to bring in these blue laser cut borders that I showed in my kit. I think that they will be perfect. I'll probably space them out just slightly so it'll look like that going down the side. And then what I would like to do, I'm going to bring in my border making system. And some black cardstock. And I'm going to be using the photography chain border making cartridge. So this is a great technique when you're using the Fast2Fab albums, is to layer it up with some of your borders from your border making cartridges or your border punch outs. All these little things are going to be quick and easy and add some layering and definition to our layout. So let me get this punched out and I'll be right back. And I'm going to lay it just like this. Now this corner where they're overlapping, I'm going to be bringing in some other elements, and that's where my embellishment cluster will go. Now for my embellishment cluster area, I'm going to bring in this yellow, and I'm going to die cut on my die cut machine just a simple circle, but this one has like a little bit of stitching on it, so I thought that that would add a little bit more definition to my page just by having a little more texture. And here we go. It's going to go just like that. Now, I probably will snip the border just a little bit. I don't need the full 12 inches and I don't want it sticking out the other end of the border. So this was a show on the cruise. They had a 50s night and then they put on a little show. So I decided the best fit for this would probably be some items from the Showtime collection. So I'm going to bring in this journaling box, a camera, a star, and I love this. It says lights, camera, action. So I thought that's perfect to explain that this was a show on the cruise. So there we go. And I'll probably lift this up onto some foam tape and it'll go just like that. And I probably will scoot it up so that a little bit of this blue is coming out at the bottom. I'll have the cameras running like this, and I'll take this card, which is blue and yellow, so it matches perfectly with everything else, and I'm going to lay that at an angle just like that. And that is all I'm going to do on this page. I'm going to really stay true to the fast part of this layout by using borders that came ready to use, a little small embellishment cluster, and then making that quick punch out with my border making cartridge. So let me get this adhered down, and I'll be right back, and I'll start the second page of this layout. Okay, hold on. So this should be another fairly easy page because all I have on this page is some memorabilia, and it's fairly large, so it does take up quite a bit of the room. I'll place this map. Now this came from a little newspaper thing that they gave us each day of the cruise, and I'm pretty sure I have these for each island, so that'll be pretty fun. So I want to have that right here towards the top of the page, and then this just says what kind of currency they used. Here we are at St. Thomas, and they used the US dollar. So I'm pretty sure I kept those for all the islands as well. And then I have some postcards that I want to use. So I'm going to put that here, and then I will have a peekaboo pocket to house these other two postcards. So all it's going to be on this page is the map and some postcards. So that's going to be pretty easy. You put that aside for now. And then I like the fact that this one is orange and it goes really nice with the page here. So I'm going to actually snuggle it right up here onto the map, so they're all overlapping. I don't have to worry about this damaging any photos that I have because it's all going to be memorabilia on this page, and then I'll have a page protector on it. So right over here, I would like to bring in a yellow circle just like we had on the first page. I want to mimic this circle on this page to kind of help to make them be cohesive and go together. Okay, so it's going to go just about like that, and then when these are on top, we'll still be able to see that circle. And here is where I'm going to house my title. I'm going to bring in some of these older Creative Memory stickers. They look like water. They are from 2003. And I'm going to spell out first stop and put that right down here on the yellow circle. I think what I would like to do is bring another circle element right up here. Again, so when our pages are together, it kind of blends them all together. So I'm bringing in this turquoise paper that I used on the other page for matting, and I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to embellish. I'm going to bring in this surfboard. This was in my embellishments. Although we didn't go surfing, it's still about the ocean and the islands, so I thought that'd be great to have that surfboard right there. And I also brought in my stickers from my Sun Rays for Days collection because this has a lot of summer and fun stuff. We're going to be coming up to some beach photos and stuff, so I thought, oh, this would be a great collection. And so I want to bring in this Adirondack chair. I'm going to put that like right about here. I don't want to stick it all the way down yet because I do also want to bring in this stripe umbrella punch. And again, I'm going to grab some paper that I used on the other page. I'll bring in this blue, and I want to punch one umbrella out of the blue. This way I'm bringing in the colors from the other side, and then I want to stick this like that. So I'll probably move the surfboard a little to the side. And then I would like to bring in this little starfish, and I'll pop that up on a little bit of foam tape. And there we go. Yep, that's cute. Now I've brought in all my colors from the other side. And then as I was digging through my stash, getting ready for this, puffy little sticker was just loose and floating around. So I thought I'm going to get this on this page because it matches, the blue matches, and it says this is my happy place. So I think I will do something like that. Okay, it'll go off to the side over here. Okay, so I might play with that a little bit more when I go to adhere it. And other than that, that's going to be the layout for this side. Let me get this adhered down and I'll come back and show both pages together. Okay, hold on. So here's the 2 pages, and I think I like how I have the colors kind of flowing through both pages, but I would like to add just a little more right down here. I feel like it just needs something else. So I'm going to bring in some palm leaves coming out toward the bottom. I think that would be pretty nice, just like that. Okay, put that there. And then I had this one loose camera from this border, and I think I would like to put it, yeah, somewhere right over here. So kind of tuck it in right there. Let me get a little bit of repo on this. Yeah. There we go. That's super cute. Could just add some little finishing touches. So let me see what I can add. I would love to add a little star to kind of bring in the star, maybe right in the middle of that camera. That's super cute. Maybe another one up here, and then one more over here on this side. There we go. So I did make one change up here. I went ahead and I did punch out the Adirondack chair from my punch instead of the sticker, because I decided it wasn't flowing right, and I wanted to like rearrange it so that it would, you know, flow a little bit nicer. So I like that chair that way, and I had the umbrella coming in over the top of the map here. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna do. And that was a very quick 2 pages. It was very quick on the second page because this was all just memorabilia, not a lot of, no photos, and so that made it super easy and super quick. So I'm going to clean this up and we'll move on to the next 2 pages. Okay, hold on. We are moving right along, and here's the next 2 pages. So I'm bringing in the photos for this page. So that's our photo placement. The next thing we would want to do is to consider where we would want to put some mats. And what I really want to do is start here and put a mat under some of these photos right here. Let me bring in my trimmer. I'll use this orange piece, and I'm gonna cut, I'll do a 5.5 by a 6 inch. Okay, let's see. So I do have to say that it has really helped me just having all the paper choices already picked out, the embellishments to choose from, and the stickers. Everything is kind of right here. I even picked out, you know, like I was showing in the kit that I built in that first video, I was showing how I, you know, even picked out some tools and stuff that I wanted to have, like for my die cutting machine. Okay, let's see. My idea is these are tiny photos, so adding a mat is really going to help make them look bigger. So let's see, something like that, and then I'll put the circle right around here. Okay, and then I also would like to add some mats to these. So let's see, yep, I wrote small oval with red out is what that means. So I used the smallest oval, and I used red on the outside. So that means I want to get the smallest oval and used green on the outside when I cut mats for these. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut this blue mat for one of them, and as well as a green mat from this green papers. And then for this one, I think I can bring in some of the yellow to mat that one. So I think I'll do that. I'll give that a mat, and probably this one over here as well. Put both those on yellow, this one on blue, that one on green. we got those matted, and I do want to bring in the corner rounder once again, get all these corner rounded. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Now we have our photos matted. I want to bring in other layers like I did with the other page. I think what I want to do is bring something in over here. So I'm going to grab, let's see here. I'm going to grab this orange. And I think what I want to do is bring in a banner for right there. So let me get the trimmer. We'll do about a 2-inch piece. And we're gonna hang it right like that. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Let's see. Let's do it about, how far do we want it to hang down? About right there. So I'm gonna cut it right here. We'll just snip that off. I think what I'm gonna do is something a little bit different. I think I'm going to paper tear this just on the edge a little bit. Okay. I started it and then I realized I didn't want the white core showing, so I'm doing it the other direction now. I'm doing it away from me. And I'm just going to take off a little sliver, like 1/4 of an inch, just to kind of give it a little bit of texture. There we go. Let's give it a little bit of a fishtail. I'm going to trim this. Something completely different. I just feel like when you're down by the ocean, things are a little bit rough, like the wood and all that we see. So I think I'm going to use that to bring in some orange. And I'm going to do the same thing with the yellow. I'll do a little bit thinner cut this time. I did 2 inches. Let's do 1 3/4 inches. And we want it to be a little shorter, I think. So I'm going to go about here. And I'll rip this. Again, I'm going to go away from me. There we go. Let's tuck this one in right up like that. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's just going to add just enough colored texture, like color for us to kind of blend with everything else. Okay, let me clean this up. I think I want the yellow a little bit longer, so I'm going to do the same thing with this little bit longer piece. Okay, let's see. Let's slide this right out. Yeah, I like it a little bit longer. That's nice. Let's put it to the top, move everything up. There we go. I like that. Okay, let's see. We'll play around with that as we get going here and get everything adhered down. Let's talk about embellishing. What I would like to do is down here, I would like to add this little tag because I love all the colors match so well, and that's going to be a great base for my embellishments. Okay, then I would like to put this little turtle. Maybe we'll pop him up onto some foam tape. He'll go right like that. And then I had this little anchor in my stash. It already has a little bit of twine on it, and I just thought I just want to put this down here, and I'll probably just maybe try and curl the twine a little, something like that. Okay, we'll work on that when I go to embellish, but it'll be right down here close to the turtle like that, just to give that nautical feel to our page. Now right here I'm going to add some more embellishments. I'm going to bring in this die cut from my stash because to me this looks like fishing net, and so I'd like to maybe punch it out and have it coming right out from here. So I will go and do that. And here it is. I just did it on a little bit of light brown. So there we go. I like it. It kind of gives a little bit of texture and that, again, that nautical feel. Okay, then what I would like to do is bring in this paddle that says Beach Life. It's going to go right there. I'm going to pop that up onto some foam tape and it'll go just like that. And we'll bring in this palm leaf, tuck that in right there underneath. Might even scoot all this down a little bit. Starfish. Let's see, does the starfish need to be up? He'd probably come down here like that. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so for this page, I would like to bring in a couple more of the embellishments from the Serene Waters, and I'm just going to put it down right over here. I like that. And then I have Enjoy the Moment sticker. It's from the Totally Tonal pack. Has those cute little word stickers, so I'm going to bring that in right over here, tuck it underneath the fish a little bit and have it going off like that. So enjoy the moment. Then what I'd like to do is bring in, I have this one circle photo. I don't really have circles anywhere else, so I thought I would bring in some more circles like we did on the other page. And I used my die with the little stitch markings just to kind of layer that up a little bit, just give it a little bit of definition, nothing fancy. And I'm going to bring in this brown one as well to match the brown. And I'm just going to slightly overlay them like this, just to kind of give it a little something right there. Okay, so let me get everything adhered down and then I'll be back with some finishing touches. Okay, hold on. There we go. Everything is adhered down. And now let's see if we want to just add a few little things. I'm thinking like right over here. So I'm going to use the brown circle as my journaling spot. Don't have a whole lot to say except for that we were walking around town and this is what the port looked like. So I don't really have too much to say. But I'll use the brown as my journaling spot. And then I think I will bring in, there's some white flowers on here that I thought would be just perfect to kind of layer up over here. Let's see, there's one more. Do we want to do 3? Yeah, I think I kind of like 3, but let's move them around a little bit. There we go. Kind of give it a little more tropical feel. I'll go ahead and push those down. There we go. That way it gives me plenty of room here to write and kind of embellished that area as well. Okay, let me clean this up and we'll go on to the next set of pages. Hold on. Okay, we're ready to start the next two pages, and I would like to take a moment to ask you, if you are enjoying this video, then please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It really, you know the routine. It helps spread my content to YouTube and helps bring other scrappy friends our direction. So thank you for doing that. So on to these 2 pages. So once again, we have this very bright, vibrant background piece. I have 2 pages here of photos. Now, this is kind of interesting because page 1, I have my rounded corners like I have been having on the beginning part of this book. And then page 2, all of a sudden, I'm into some photos without the corner rounding. So I'm gonna have to make some decisions here. Okay, so on this page, I have 4 photos. I have some actual currency that we brought back with us, and I want to be able to see both sides, so I put it in a peekaboo pocket. So yeah, there's going to be some extra space here in my peekaboo pocket. I don't think it'll slide around. I think it's going to be in there, but it's going to have a lot of extra room right there. So, but I do want to get that on this page, and as well as I'd like to get the map on here, because now we are moving on to another island. Probably bring this up on top of the map like that. So okay, that's how that will go. What am I going to do with the rest of it? Like I was saying, this is vibrant, bright paper. I love it, but I do want to tone it down. I think my pictures are just not that great of quality, so I need to be able to tone it down a little bit to help make my photos pop out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this piece of turquoise paper. This is from the Island Water Toli Tono pack, and I'm going to cut that right in half, and I'm going to do a half and half. Now, we've talked about this on my channel before. It's where half of the page is one paper and the other half is the other piece of paper, and in this case it's going to be this totally tonal paper. So let me get my trimmer and trim that down. Okay. Okay, so half will go right here, half will go right there. There we go. See, that tones it down quite a bit, puts a little bit of that Island Waters paper on both sides. There we go. Okay, so we're moving right along, and I think let's go over our steps. So we did our photo placement, including this memorabilia. Then we did the matting, and all I'm going to mat on this page is this strip right down the middle to house those photos to help make those pop. And then our next step would be, do we want to add any layers? And I'm going to say yes, I do. I want to bring in a border punch. Let me push this aside. I'm going to bring in Floral Peaks border and some more of this gorgeous blue paper. And I'm going to cut out some borders to go right outside of our photo mat. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to punch out two of these. I'm going to, if you haven't used these punches before, we line it up to that black line right there in the front. I'm going to go ahead and get two of these punched out, one for each side, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to give this a little trim. I want a little bit for tucking, so I'm going to do it at 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to make sure the peaks are all at 1 1/4 inches. I'll do the other side as well. Now you can use any border punch you want. This is just to add a little bit of texture. It could be very themey if you wanted to get your theme in here, but I just wanted a little bit of something fun and something different. So that's why I picked the Floral Peaks. Okay, so I'm going to put this right in here and slide those over just a bit so my beautiful border can shine through. And there we go. You can tuck it in as much as you want. I'm going to see if I like it a little bit shorter, if we like that. Yeah, I do. I like it tucked in a little bit more. So we'll do that, and we'll do the same thing over here. Let me go ahead and move the map out of the way and tuck that in. I went to about the top of the diamond. Yep. Okay, let me bring these back in so you can see it. Our map will go right here. I'm okay with our map. This one's on the page, and then this is on a mat, a photo mat. So I think we'll be okay as far as it deteriorating our photos in any way. We think we're good. And then our currency will go somewhere like that. Okay, there we go. That's our page layout. That one is super fast. I love the half and half. I really love the different colors, but yet it ties it together by having that whole piece right there in the center. a place for our photos, yet we still can enjoy the beautiful colors from the original page. So let me get all of this adhered down, and we're going to come back and we will get this page embellished. Okay, hold on. Okay, everything is adhered down. I did do one small change, is I decided to flip this paper upside down and kind of have it darker to light going this way and darker to light going up the other way, just to give it a little bit of interest to my page. This is still loose because it will go on top of the page protector. Okay, so I have two very obvious spots to embellish, which are these two areas right here. So the first thing I want to do is over here, I'd like to bring in a journaling spot and talk about how this is our second stop and we're now on the island of Antigua. And I'm going to go ahead and corner around this journaling box so that it matches everything else. There we go. Okay. Yep, that looks good. What I'd like to bring in right over here is my trail sign punch. I feel like this is such a good place to use a trail sign punch because it has like cliffs and the shoreline, the dock, the shopping, lots. I could actually, maybe I should actually do two of them. Let's see here. So there's one. I am going to go ahead and do two. Okay, two. Let's see. I'm going to adhere them together like this and put it right over here so we could be like shopping is one area, the cliffs, the docks, because then we're going to take a trip out to an island and do some snorkeling, so I could even say snorkeling. So I'll decide what I want to put there. It'll help enhance my story. I want to bring in another one of these beautiful Monstera leaves embellishments that I had. I want to really keep that tropical feel going. I don't want to cover up my sign here though, so I'm just moving it up. What I'd like to bring in is from our sticker sheet, this little word sticker that says Beach Essentials. I'm just going to add a little foam tape to it and it'll go like that. There we go. There we go. It'll be more on top of the leaves than it will be the post. Okay, there. I like that. That really kind of spruced that up over there and gave a little something to my journaling area. Now the other area I want to embellish is right over here. So I have to keep in mind that this is going to be up on top of the map a little bit, and it'll be adhered way up here actually. And so when I lift it, I want to either make sure it doesn't get in the way of lifting or gives us a little something to look at when we lift up. So what I want to do is have that little card there as my base, and I'd like to bring in this sticker here that says Tropical Vibes. I think what I want to do is have it so that part of it is, yep, if I adhere it just to the top like that and position this just perfectly, it'll hit the bottom, and then when we lift it up, we'll see the rest of it. Okay, so I'll have to position that very carefully when I go to adhere it. So on the top here, it looks like it just says Tropical Vibes, but then when we flip it up, it'll have this as well. Go ahead and stick that down. I'm going to stick a little adhesive underneath this to hold it in place while we continue decorating. We have this cute little starfish I think would be super cute right there, and it's on a little bit of foam tape. Okay, we'll rest this like that. Yeah, that's cute. And then thinking maybe one of these little orange circles. We have a bigger one on this one. I'm really using up a lot of my Tropic Time stickers. I'm happy about that because I don't have any paper left of that one. Okay, let's pop that up, stick it kind of underneath Just a little bit of something there. We'll rest our starfish super close there. Yeah, there we go. I like it. I want to keep this one very simple. I'm not even going to add any finishing touches. What I have on here is what I want to keep. And the only thing I will do off camera is I will write the different areas on that sign. I like it. I want to keep it very simple. And that's going to wrap up this second segment of the Fast2Fab album. I'm really liking how it's coming out. I'm getting quite a few pictures and memorabilia on each page. I'm getting like 5 to 6 photos on each page, or a mix of photos and memorabilia. I'm very happy with my progress so far. I hope that you come back and see my next video when I'm going to keep moving along in this Fast2Fab album and getting it done. Okay, so until next time, everybody, take care, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.